Embrace the quest and embark on the hero's journey, because tonight we ride not just into the depths of the dungeon, but also deep within ourselves. Here comes 7 reasons why you should be playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight, or your tabletop role-playing game of choice, of course. It may be hard to believe, but it wasn't that long ago that people thought playing D&D was dangerous and potentially evil.
Tom Hanks and his friends get caught up in a deadly game of fantasy till they take it too far. Too bad for one of them, because now there's no turning back.
This is only a game.
I know I killed somebody.
That was Tom Hanks' first big break, by the way. It was a simpler time. Now, we live in an era of toxic productivity, where it feels like you have to justify every moment you don't spend making money. Hack your life, become more efficient, multitask, live stream yourself sleeping, monetize, monetize, monetize. If I was braver, I would put an ad break right there, but I'll just say support me on Patreon, because your support does keep the lights on in here. Big thanks to my patrons. I appreciate you. Let's dive into this list. And out of the gate, don't get me wrong, these are not merely justifications for playing a game. These are 7 legitimate ways TTRPGs are good for you. Plus a bonus, of course, because this is showbiz and we need an encore. So be sure to stick around for that one, because I am saving the best for last this time. We're gonna do these kind of quick, so buckle up. Here we go. It is wild to me that back in the day, parents thought D&D was going to turn their kids into Satan worshippers, when it's really like the best sneaky way to get kids to care about math. That's 1, by the way. We've started counting. The math may be relatively simple, but, adding a string of numbers together can be much more challenging when it feels like your life depends on it. So, we're sharpening those skills. And that's not the only way gaming can help you, keep your grades up or improve your mental acuity at any age. For our number 2 benefit here, we're talking about organizational skills. If you're a dungeon master, you are learning through practical application how to capture and recall a whole world's worth of information on the fly. I've learned a few pieces of software to help me with my campaign prep over time, and I've learned from experience what works best for me personally, and that's pen and paper. But even players need to keep track of their character's hit points and abilities, inventory, all sorts of stuff. And you might not be counting spell slots or arrows during real life, but these skills still translate. Taking notes is hugely underappreciated in D&D and real life. If you want to affect something, start by tracking it. Now, I'm putting a little star on our number 3 here, because this might be the most important one. D&D teaches you how to listen. Technology is sapping our ability to pay attention. This video is already too long, and half of you have scrolled on to the next shiny thing. Look, jingle, 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 shiny. Ooh, shiny. Look. These light up. They're flashing. Pay attention. Listen. For a few hours every week, we get together and we pay attention to each other. Incredible. How often do you schedule time for active listening anywhere else in your life? Yeah, okay, sometimes there's a little sleight of hand check for your phone, or people's passive perception slips over to another tab if we're playing online, but we all know that listening to the Dungeon Master and the other players at the table is hugely important. The devil is in the details, sometimes literally. Missing a couple words could get your character killed, and a description could contain a clue to secret knowledge or even treasure. Now, our number 4 goes along with listening, and I really wanted to get it in here before I lose even more of you. Shiny. Number 4 is empathy. Inhabiting the role of another person can help build up the old mirror neurons. But beyond that, if you want to maximize the fun for everyone, you've got to be tuned in to the other people sitting with you at the table. That's something dungeon masters think about a lot, especially after we get the basics under our belts and start thinking, in deeper ways about the game. But it's even more important for the players to be aware of this, because they outnumber the dungeon master and collectively have more of an impact on the fun. And this is a good place to insert that the DM is also a player. I play the heel sometimes, a lot of times, because I find it makes players feel more like badass, it ups the fun. But keep in mind, if you don't show some empathy towards your dungeon master, if you don't keep an eye on their fun and enjoyment, you can burn them out pretty quick, and that's your game night over. And empathy is not only important for understanding and navigating the non-player characters within the worlds that we are exploring, it's also pivotal inside and outside of the game, because D&D is all about teamwork. Learning to work together is a pretty obvious number 5 here. And sure, I can imagine some sort of like cheesy corporate team building exercise with a roleplay game, but if you want to get closer with a small group of people risking life and limb to save the world together, it's pretty hard to beat. And D&D, at least these days, attracts a pretty diverse cross-section of people. So if you play for a while, you likely end up sharing tables with people who approach the world differently than you do. If you look around, there's a real deficit of folks who see the world in different ways, figuring out how to work together. So this may be the dark horse for the most important skill on our list here. And look, I get it. Even though I've been trying pretty hard to like not overstate these, I bet some folks out there by now are thinking I've gone a bit overboard here. What can't D&D do, right?
That's right, it fillets and chops and dices and it slices and it never stops. It lasts a lifetime, mows your lawn, picks up the kids from school. It lengthens, strengthens.
And I do genuinely believe that on top of being a great way to have fun and spend some time with your people, there are a lot of corollary benefits, and that being aware of them can actually make you appreciate and lean into these benefits even more. And that's especially good to know when you are navigating the difficulties that sometimes arise when you're trying to keep a steady campaign going. And our number 6 here is the social skills you develop, not only in setting up a schedule that works for everyone to make game night happen in the first place, but also coming to agreements and arrangements within the game so that everybody is happy with the strategies and approaches the party is taking, or at the very least, taking turns being happy. Sometimes taking care of the people around us and building up our tribe is more important than getting our way. We just talked about how that social engagement can actually literally help you live a healthier, longer life. So I'm not going to go back over all of that here. You should definitely check out that video, though. It's a good one, if I do say so myself. For number 7, our finale, I am going with creative problem solving. This can hold true for navigation of the social situations, absolutely, but it's also kind of the best part of the game of Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it? We're not just learning patterns and mashing buttons like a lot of other games. We are able to stretch our imaginations and try just about anything. And if it doesn't work because of the limitations of a certain ability or just the roll of the dice, well, then we can come up with something else and keep trying. And that's the bonus benefit of having Dungeons and Dragons as a steady part of a balanced diet. That's right, we're not done, baby. This is show business after all. I saved this one for last because it's a bit more advanced, and it seems like most people don't really get this one at first. Honestly, I am not an expert at applying this one in my day-to-day life, but practicing learning from failure in D&D has helped me confront my perfectionism and embrace failing forward in real life. The real dragons were inside of us all along. Being willing to fail is a huge secret to success, and we could do a whole video just on that idea, but keeping things D&D, realizing that setbacks are what keep a story interesting, and overcoming challenges is the path to feeling that sense of accomplishment can help you become a way better player and derive way more fulfillment from the game. And maybe, just maybe, become a better person who gets more out of life. Another way to fail forward and learn by doing is by starting a YouTube channel. Making these videos have definitely helped me to put myself out there and learn from mistakes. If you want to encourage me to keep doing that, hitting like and subscribe, and especially leaving comments is a great way to do just that, and very easy to underestimate the value of. It can get a little lonely speaking into the void sometimes, especially when you are trying to be genuine and at least halfway earnest. Good thing D&D is also a great way to combat that growing epidemic of loneliness, though. Check out what I mean here, or maybe watch this video to continue getting more out of your game night. Thanks so much for watching. Be kind. Have fun.
And you can live in it, laughing it, loving it, swimming it, sleeping it, removes embarrassing stains from conduit sheets. You gotta stay proud of